Hey, welcome back again to the first Collegiate Water Polo Media Day. Thanks to the MPSF for hosting this. We're with Coach Brian Flacks here at Stanford now, and as we continue to get excited for this 2025 season and looking ahead, I know you've had some preparations this summer, some other stuff you've been working on. What gets you the most excited, Coach, about this 2025 season?
Yeah, well, I think we graduated, some really great players this past year, five fifth years.
Yeah.
And we have a really good returning young core group of guys. We were the only team, I think, last year that had 4 true freshmen playing in the MPSF. So we have this young group that's excited to play, and I'm eager to get the opportunity to see how they do.
Yeah. You had a really strong 2024, right? End of the season at, ranked 3rd in the country, all right? Walking out of that, lost to UCLA in the semis, right? As you're working in. 17 returners, it sounds like, coming in this year. So how do you now go from being having a young core to maybe having a more experienced core with all these returners coming back?
Yeah. Well, we do have a lot of returners, but I think someone told me the other day we graduated 60% of our goals during the season and over 90% against MPSF opponents.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of production to make up for. Those guys: Riley Pittman, Soren Jensen, Dash McFarland, Ethan Parrish, like Jack, all those guys. They were, They held us. They were that young group when I came in, and they've graduated. And I think hopefully they've passed on some important lessons and values to this young group and have taught them a lot and prepared them. But I think it's, for the most part, we're going to really rely on some young talent to kind of come in and carry us this year, which will be fun.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. So that young talent you're talking about, maybe highlight some of these great freshmen coming through and some of these newcomers to the program that you're excited about.
Yeah, well, we had 3 guys go to Junior Worlds, we actually had 5 guys go to Junior Worlds. 3 for the United States. So Will Schneider, Ryan Ohl, Max Zelikoff represented the U.S. They got second. Botan Balo played for Hungarian team, and then Orestes Zervoudakis played for Greece. So we had 5 guys over at Junior Worlds, which is exciting. 3 of those guys played last year, and then Ben Four, who I think is an elite level talent who will really, really surprise and impress people. So that's our rising sophomore class. And then we have returners like Gavin West, Alex Georgie at center, Wes Temkin in the net. Like we have this really, I think, nice mix of players with some like really elite level experience that played a lot in big games last year, but these young guys that have had that, international experience, played at a high level, but not yet in college. So like this is a good opportunity to like really, really, get them great experience, but hopefully compete at the highest level.
Yeah. So when you talk about the international experience, right? So talk about the guys. 5 guys played at the World Aquatics Junior World Championships. USA members winning silver medal, right? At that, which is the highest medal USA has received in a long time, on the back of these college players like your guys here. How do you see that experience, the international experience, like translate to the college level? How have you seen it, manifest itself into success?
Yeah, it's so valuable. Honestly, one of the cool parts for me being at Stanford now, this is going to my 4th year. When I got there, we never had a player play in World Champs. We had 2 this past summer. We had those 5 guys make the Junior Worlds team. So this is like really my first kind of group that have gotten that experience over the summer and played at super high level tournaments. And I think that you can't really one of the interesting things about college is that you really have 30 games that are super important, between 20 and 30.
Right.
And so that you have this long off season where they're good tune-up games and they're scrimmages, but it's really tough to emulate that type of pressure and intensity. And so guys getting that international experience to go over and play for a medal, and those types of experiences are so valuable getting them ready for the college season.
Yeah, and we'll get to see that in action, not just for Stanford, a lot across the board for the conference, like we've been talking about, right? To see that happen. You talk a little bit about the first time for Stanford to do this. Yet there's this really long history of Stanford water polo that's just had a lot of sustained excellence over the years, right? So maybe talk a little bit about the alumni base and the friends of Stanford water polo, the people that have kind of really helped keep the program at a high level, and what that means to you and your success moving forward.
Yeah, It's been special. It's funny coming off the heels of I was just at Ben Halleck's wedding, which was like a reunion of young Stanford alumni and the Pro Reco team. It was it was like who's who of water polo out in Italy, and so I got to see those guys and how passionately they still feel about the program and excited. We had the biggest ever alumni event this past year. We had like 75 alums come back.
Wow.
The alum are excited. It's like definitely been one of the coolest experiences that I've had as a coach is how I don't know, involved and excited and engaged our alumni bases and wanting to make sure that success is carried on from what Vargas did, the previous 25 years and Dante before that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And they've, I don't know, I'm like definitely, inspired and motivated by those guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So talk about Ben Halleck's wedding this summer, right? Like now you're starting to get guys that you coached, as young athletes, and kind of seeing him grow up and seeing the alumni support coming back for the program. Anything else you guys do this summer to help yourself prepare in this off season to get ready for 2025?
Yeah, we've trained hard. We definitely trained hard. We, as a club team, so separate, but most of the guys involved in that, we went over to Japan. Cool. So most of the guys that do the club, we went over to Japan, competed over there, or trained over there with the Japanese national team as they were preparing for world champs, which was a great experience. Wow. That was pretty cool, and great culture, and I thought it was really, really awesome. But no, we've just been, we just got back from a break this past week, and we're in it now. So
yeah.
They're happy they have the day off today. They're happy I'm here.
I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine. We're going to see Wes Temkin later, right? Starting goalkeeper for you, right? Really important between the pipes for Team USA and for Stanford. You've seen him do it. Talk a little bit about Wes and what he means for the team coming up here.
Yeah, I mean, he was nails for us last year. He was unbelievable. Second team All-American. I thought like really when we were at our best last year at our peak, it was because Wes was just so consistent in the cage for us. I think you kind of look back, if you kind of look over the last 24, 25 years and who wins NCAA championships, it's often teams with the best goalie.
Yeah.
Like just because they offer that stability, that offer that confidence and consistency. And we're really excited, obviously, to have him back. And I think the other cool part about Wes is, he transferred in. And so like the way he integrated in was special, honestly, just how he just like jumped right in with the team. So.
Yeah, that's great. What, for fans out there watching, right, when they see Stanford play water polo this fall, 2025, any changes from last year? What should fans expect to see Stanford and a Brian Flacks coach team?
I hope we're disciplined. I hope we're tough. I hope we play great defense. That was something that we thought we were really fantastic at last year. But I also hope that we're like creative and unique, and especially on offense, especially with I think we have a lot of young talent. We're super deep in the middle of the pool. Our centers, Will Schneider, Alex Georgie, Resties. We have like this really great young pipeline of centers that I think will help us hopefully control front courts, and we'll see though. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. I think we're all excited for the fall. Do we have any questions from the media now for Coach Flacks? Yeah.
Coach, Sean String with Game On Live Studio. You mentioned Ben Ford, Wes Temkin, Will Schneider, Gavin West. I've watched these, and you have watched these kids grow up, and they have always been stallions in the water, right? They want to score from anywhere in the pool. As they move into the college ranks, do you have to control them, or do you just let them go?
Yeah, I would throw Ryan Ole in there too. Obviously, he was another guy that was mentioned, and there's obviously more that I'm sure that I'm missing, but. No, I think that there's, you want some structures. I think you have to have some structure, but within the structure, there has to be a lot of freedom. I know that people think generally with me, disciplined but I also coach Johnny Hooper. Johnny is one of the most outside the box players that you will ever meet. Even Ben to a certain degree. You watch Ben play, Ben is not, in a box by any means. And so we want to make sure that we're utilizing every ounce of talent that we have. And so getting those guys, opportunities to be successful at what they're good at, and finding ways to kind of we have to adapt as coaches. We have to create systems that are going to make them successful too. So.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate the time, Coach Flacks. We're excited for this upcoming season. And Stanford, anything else you want to add on? Anything else you want people out there to know about Stanford in this upcoming season? No, I would just tell everyone, I think college water polo is getting, the competitive equity in our sport is really cool, and it's getting better every year. You have the Princetons, the Fordhams, these teams, all these teams being more and more competitive, and so you have this great opportunity, as we're trying to build up our sport, to get out there and support. Go watch these games, because there are going to be so many good games this year, and so many opportunities to watch really high level players and high level teams, that I just encourage all the fans to go out there and do that. And a big thank you to you and MPSF for doing this media day. What a cool opportunity for our sport. Yeah. Well said. Let's watch a lot of water polo this fall and support the growth of the game, and exciting it is, and you're a big part of that. Thanks, Coach Flacks. Of course. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. Good job seeing you, man. As always. Yeah.